Really cool. I'm actually just going out for a little walk because I've been indoors all day. I might see the sky's not so packed with cloud yet, but it's supposed to rain, I think, later today. I put like 2 cups worth of seed out today. Most of it on the ground because this sometimes get wet, but this was actually looks pretty good. But it sometimes get wet, and so the seeds get wet, and then it's like the birds don't really want to eat wet seeds. I don't put them in the bucket at the top because that collects water. This one's okay, but once again, birds won't necessarily eat. So I put like 1 cup here and another couple of cups on the ground, which is why there's so many seeds. I tell you, I love my hat, but it's like it's malformed since I bought it, and I keep having to turn it up, otherwise it's totally flopping in my face. I don't know if you just saw it, but it's kind of annoying. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my hat's kind of annoying. It's almost like having a blanket covering your face, but it's really good because it's a broad-rimmed hat, but it's not the stiffest rim. It's a floppy rim, and so I was like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. It's actually a good beach hat, because then you can be like a sloppy, wear so wrong kind of thing. What's that down there? Rubbish? Probably. That, I think, is a termite mound. Yeah, I didn't go to the beach this summer. If I ever go, we'll have to like make a vacation point. It would probably be best to be in conjunction with a visit to a relative. But yeah, I didn't go to the beach at all, but my skin wasn't the best, but I can change that. I can change that within a few weeks. Maybe I'll change it next year and be like, that's it. I sort of want to be like living by myself. These are really pretty flowers. I think they're the native plant that we planted, and it looked exactly like this other bush, but that's a weed, not a plant, and this is a plant. So the difference is obviously that this one has really attractive flowers. It's pretty. But all this still needs to be cleared. It's like ever since a tree fell down, we haven't bothered with this area, and it's like totally overgrown. All this needs to be cleared too. It's a sanctuary for little frogs. I mean, we've swept cane toads towards this direction, but it all needs to be chopped back. I should just get my snippers and start snipping again. Snip, snip, snip. Anyway, like I said, maybe next year I'll get to the beaches. Wouldn't mind going to a resort, but I usually like family vacations because I get really bored when I'm by myself. So it's like, it's not as good as a family vacation where it's like at least interesting. I have no trouble with vacations by myself, but when I'm by myself, but obviously if you can have other people, it makes it just a little bit more worthwhile. I think because just having varied personalities around, everyone encouraging everyone else to want to go for walks and do stuff is directly encouraging you to have a better time. I don't know what these yellow plants are, but they're quite pretty. I might take a picture of them when I come back. I'm just like listlessly taking a walk because the rain has stopped for a little while. I see the olives of this tree did not grow into olives. They died or were picked off and I didn't know about it. Here they are. Growing bigger. These are supposed to be black olives, I think, or green olives. I thought they were black, but they look like they might be green. Either way, they're probably not going to be edible. There's only 2 olives on this tree. We've had these trees for 2 years, and they're only just this year started to produce olives. But they need to get bigger, bigger, and bigger. Yeah, but what I was going to say, like, if I ever, get told, I want you to leave or something, which is sometimes possible. I mean, That's what I was going to be told before COVID, and now it's like, if I ever am told and I go for a walk by myself, start living by myself again, I'll probably get a lease for that existence that, only exists when you're single and sort of down and desperate. So, no, not down and desperate, but where you know that you're going to be single and, no one with you now, and it's time for you to pick up your pace a little. So anyway, that's when I'll probably start going to the beaches a lot more. I probably won't get in touch with any specialized vacation clubs or anything because they're just too expensive for me. I can't afford $12,000 a year membership. I don't care if you get freebies. I'm like, no, it's okay. I only go to hotels once or twice a year anyways. And I don't really extend myself to particular, extended vacations either. I just sort of stick to the same places that I've vacated to before because I get uncomfortable when I travel. Saying that, I could join a worldwide vacation group. But that's when I'm single and I'm, obviously you're making varied amounts of money and I probably would get to travel anyways because I probably would go out of my way to travel more, especially if I sort of walk in similar directions I've walked previously where, traveling should be your thing so that you can obtain a standard set of work. But I don't know, this is all for when I'm living by myself, I'm single again, and I was like, oh my gosh, now it's time for me to start a new phase of mature person. Not necessarily reckless, just live a different lifestyle so that you're just not stuck. So I probably wouldn't get a pet at first, but I'd want a pet eventually when I've got good spirits to settle. For some reason, pet sitters are really irresponsible. I've had ones that are 5 stars, and then they're like, "Oh, I lost your pet," and it's like, "Oh, really?" And it's like they've probably stolen it. I think I actually had a pet tracker in one of my pets, and it was in the pet sitter's apartment, and so they were like, "Oh, lost your pet," and then I tracked it, and I was like, "Oh, it's in their apartment." So. Yeah, so there's no real pet sitting business that I can 100% guarantee. So I'd be best getting a cat, and then I'd get a relative perhaps to look after it while I'm away. But yeah, I don't know. Or I just wait ages to get a pet, but I always want pets. So. Oh, I don't know. Help if you had friends. I don't have friends, so I would have to be like, oh, go to my little pet stay with you. I just realized the birds are playing down here and they were just begging me to step down there. Oh, look, there's some more lantana that needs to be cut. Anyway, I think I would just sort of look forward, unless I can't get jobs and quickly, then I'd tell them the money, but I would look forward to living by myself again. I'd be like, that's it, it's just me again. Just me here now. I still don't like rentals though. I don't really want a rental. I'd probably be better off getting a couple of cats because than a dog, because you have to be at home a lot with dogs. Unless I don't have to travel. Better off getting cats, I guess, because they can look after themselves, entertain themselves. Anyway, that's for the future. Yeah. Well, I'm doing nothing much with my afternoon. I'm just gonna do some exercise, and then I'm gonna just do after 9 p.m. I'm gonna watch probably TV till 9 p.m. Then after 9, I'll probably finish what I was doing today, or do a of what I was doing today, so that when I turn on the computer tomorrow, I only have to do a few more editings. And then I'm like, that's it, that's the month's worth of editing for things.